Severe weather expected in Norman tonight, an update on the Boren investigation, and Trump uses his veto for the second time. This is OU Nightly. Hello, thanks for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Alex Antonides.
And I'm Baylee Bates. We begin tonight with severe weather. Right now, the counties in pink are under a severe thunderstorm watch. OU Nightly's Jenna joins us now live from the National Weather Center, where OU meteorologists are keeping an eye on the storms. Jenna.
I'm here live at the National Weather Center. This is where the Storm Prediction Center is. They issued the severe thunderstorm watch out to our west right now, and that's valid until 8 p.m. this evening. There's some severe storms crossing the border from the Texas Panhandle into western Oklahoma, so they're moving into the National Weather Service in Norman, which is also in this building. They're moving into their forecast area. So as those storms make their way in, we're taking a look outside right now. It's pretty clear out here, and that could mean more storms in Norman. Leah Hill is here right now in the studio. Let's hear more with some team coverage. Back to you guys in the studio. Leah?
Thanks, Jenna. So that severe thunderstorm watch has actually been expanded and now includes some of our northern counties, and that is going to expire in the northern counties at midnight tonight. But then I also want to direct your attention. A tornado warning has just been issued, and that is going to make its way into Ellis County in Oklahoma. So if you're in Ellis County, this is a time where you want to take cover, get into your safe shelter. Coming up, I'll continue to give you updates on this developing situation. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Leah. With the potential for severe weather, it's important to know how you can prepare for when severe weather strikes. OU Nightly's Linville shows us a unique twist on a storm shelter designed by an Oklahoman and featured on ABC's Shark Tank.
When tornado sirens go off, it can mean life or death. Life Lift Systems is a company based in Oklahoma City. They created a storm shelter that blends in with your bedroom.
So this is going to be your bed. You get out of bed, you hit a button. The bed will come up telescopically in 60 seconds into a full-blown EF5 approved by FEMA. So we've got a full-blown safe room.
Tim, Todd, and Levi Wilson worked together to create this storm shelter. You have to have a concrete slab floor to install one in your home, but it also provides space for storage. Todd believes a product like this is important after experiencing tornadoes himself.
A tornado came through probably within, I'd say, maybe 30 yards in front of me as we were driving. That completely wiped out a Brahms store.
On days like today, having access to a storm shelter serves as a sigh of relief for some.
Put it up this morning and got it all ready so that, because I know, the storms may come through tonight, but all I have to do is grab my husband and my son and my dogs and get in there and we'll be fine.
If those tornado sirens do sound tonight, OU students have quick access to a storm shelter here underneath the dorms as well as other places on campus, including Dale Hall, the Bazell Library, Physical Sciences Center, and Carson Engineering Center. Linville, OU Nightly.
Now, Todd says these shelters can also be used to protect against home intruders. They're also looking into the business of bulletproof safe rooms for schools.
And police in Colorado are no longer searching for the woman that made threats to Columbine High School. Sydney Baulier joins us in the News Center with more.
Alex, an 18-year-old woman who made threats to Columbine High School was found dead this morning from what seems to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police began a wide search for Sol Pais after an FBI bulletin was sent to law enforcers Tuesday. The high schooler from Florida was said to be infatuated with the devastating 1999 massacre. She then traveled from Miami to Denver on Monday with what was believed to be dangerous intent and bought weapons upon her arrival in Colorado. With the 20th anniversary of the massacre approaching this Saturday, 19 schools in Colorado, including Columbine, were closed today for safety precautions. President Trump used his veto power for the second time in his presidency to veto the Yemen War Powers Resolution. The resolution would have aimed to end any U.S. involvement in the Saudi Arabia-led war in Yemen. Trump ruled the resolution unnecessary due to the fact that there are no U.S. military personnel in Yemen at the moment. The veto did not come as a surprise, as the resolution goes against the president's Middle East policies. Defenders of the resolution believe that the U.S. should not be involved in the war without explicit permission from Congress. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did not mention any intent to issue a veto override in the statement she made Tuesday night. The long-awaited and highly anticipated Mueller report is set to be released tomorrow. The report comes after a nearly 2-year investigation that is focused on Russian meddling in the 2016 election and any possible coordination between Russia and members of Trump's campaign. Some lawmakers are hoping for the full report's release and as little redactions as possible.
Look, I look forward to reading the report, seeing what's in it. I think the entire report should be released, and so I've called for the public release early on. I hope very little of it is redacted. If a lot of it's redacted, I'm sure that'll be an issue and there'll be a lot of discussion about that, but I look forward to seeing what's in it.
Attorney General William Barr and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein will give a news conference tomorrow morning about the report. That's all from the News Center. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sydney. Today we are learning more information regarding the David Boren investigation. The Oklahoma Attorney General's office confirmed today a grand jury trial will now assist state investigators looking into allegations of sexual misconduct by former university president David Boren. Former U.S. Attorney Pat Ryan was appointed special counsel to its multi-county grand jury unit. Attorney General Mike Hunter has stepped back from the investigation so his office could continue to represent the university in other matters. Now that it is a grand jury investigation, the investigation can lead to criminal charges.
The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation has announced an increase in the reward for information leading to the arrest of those responsible for the fatal shooting of a 19-year-old man in Langston. The agency had previously announced a $1,000 reward for information regarding the October shooting. OSBI said today that the reward will be increasing to $10,000.
And April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and one Norman nonprofit organization works hard to help abused kids every day. The Mary Abbott Children's House is a safe place for children who have experienced abuse, neglect, or have witnessed a crime.
The way they come to Mary Abbott Children's House is through an open investigation with DHS or law enforcement, and either the law enforcement or investigator with child welfare will call and schedule a forensic interview. So we have forensic interviews, medical assessments, and advocacy services to serve these abused and neglected children.
Now, Mary Abbott's is made to look like a home so that their visitors feel comfortable, and each child that comes to the house is also given a teddy bear on their way out. Officials at Mary Abbott's Children's House also offer educational services to the community to teach people about recognizing signs of child abuse and how to prevent it.
Boeing was awarded $14.3 billion to service and maintain all B-1 Lancer and B-152 Stratus Fortress bombers at Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma City. According to a statement released by the Department of Defense last week, the contract includes hardware and software development and other modernization efforts. Work is expected to be completed by April 11th of 2029.
And after the break, why 300 people were arrested in London. Coming up, we'll tell you what they were lobbying for.
Plus, Leah Hill has an update on the incoming storms. Leah, any updates on that radar?
Yes, so that tornado warning is starting to make its way into Ellis County. I'll give you the details of when we'll see that coming up next.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. Today, hundreds were arrested in London while protesting climate change. Lindsey Gibbs is here with the details in Earth Report.
Today, more than 300 people in London were arrested for protesting for climate change. Activists from group Extinction Rebellion have been participated in a series of protests across London since Monday. Many campaigns have been camping out and blocking roads in central London, affecting up to 500,000 people. The grassroots movement has inspired many, old and young, to close down the Waterloo Bridge in Oxford Circus. Organizers from Extinction Rebellion say demonstrations had been held in more than 80 cities across 30 countries. Protesters have been told by London officials to move to Marble Arch until the end of the week. A long 5 years after the water crisis began, Flint, Michigan is receiving the remaining $77 million from the state. The Michigan State Department of Environmental Quality has been in control of the funding given by the Nation Act of 2016. The donation will be used for short and long-term sustainability of the water system in Flint. The news came after much criticism surrounded the United States' quick reaction to donate millions of dollars to Notre Dame Cathedral, while Flint, Michigan, and Haiti are still in a state of crisis from neglected aid. OU's Earth Month continues tomorrow with the Sustainability and Responsibility Fair. The event will recognize various sustainability efforts on campus with free food, prizes, and vendors from local green organizations. The fair will start at 10:30 tomorrow morning at the OMU courtyard. If severe weather occurs, the fair will be held in the Walker Center Social Lounge. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you very much, Lindsey. Severe weather is on the way this evening with the potential for large hail coming up, the place you do not want to park during the storms.
And with those storms firing up, Leah Hill has an eye on the sky.
Yes, I'm watching very closely the chances for severe weather tonight. Stick with OU Nightly for the latest details. Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm watching very closely the storms developing out in western Oklahoma, especially now that one of them has just gotten a tornado warning on it that is set to expire at 5 p.m. tonight. So here's that storm with the tornado moving. That is moving towards Ellis County. We also have a couple storms down in western Oklahoma that are also severe thunderstorm warned. So the tornado warning, that storm has been radar indicated. So it does have some rotation on it. We haven't gotten any news about a confirmed tornado, but it is radar indicated. So if you are in that area, now is the time to get to your safe shelter. If you are really anywhere in western Oklahoma with these severe thunderstorms, you will want to stay inside, get into an interior room, because hail, winds, and the possibility of tornadoes is very real with these thunderstorms. So we expect that trend to continue through the night. We do have an enhanced risk for severe weather. That is for western through northern Oklahoma, as well as down towards southeastern Oklahoma. We have really 2 rounds of thunderstorms developing through the night. So again, here's a look at that current radar. Tornado warnings that we're watching very closely. We are also in a severe thunderstorm watch for western and northern Oklahoma. Those storms are forming off of this cold front. That is the first line of storms that are going to be moving in. This is around 8 p.m. They start to line out just a bit. But I'm also watching these storms that are forming off of the dry line. Those are also expected to be a bit more discreet. So again, the real threat that I'm watching with these is hail, winds, but the possibility of a tornado is not zero. So I'm continuing to watch that very closely. They start to make their way into central Oklahoma late tonight and then move their way out early tomorrow morning. So again, watching this very closely. The main threat, like I said, hail up to a baseball size. That's the highest threat I'm seeing. And then winds gusting up to 75 miles per hour. But we already have a tornado warning out in effect in the Texas Panhandle. So that threat is very real tonight. So here's a look at the hail risk. Mainly seeing baseball size down towards the southeast and northern Oklahoma. So here are some severe weather tips. The do's, you do want to have a way to get timely weather updates. You want 3 ways to get your warnings. So either with a weather radio, your phone, watching OU Nightly, and then also through your TV, and you want to have a weather plan right now. In terms of don'ts, you do not want to rely on sirens because those are meant for people that are outside, and you do not want to stop under bridges when you are driving through these storms. So we're going to be dropping a little bit tonight. Lows mainly sticking in the 50s, 60s across the state for tomorrow. For our 2-day forecast, we are cooling down on Thursday. Friday, it's going to stay windy and sunny, but what we're really watching is today, especially with those severe thunderstorms out towards the Panhandle and that tornado warning that is in the eastern Texas Panhandle. Here's another look at the radar currently. So we're watching that very closely. We do have a radar truck currently out in western Oklahoma. This is the Raxpol radar. They're out there tracking those storms currently. So that is operated by the University of Oklahoma. So it's really nice knowing that there are eyes on the ground watching these storms as they're developing.
Well, thank you very much, Leah.
Thank you, Leah. With chances of hail tonight, many students may be tempted to bring their cars inside the parking garage to protect them from severe weather. However, that may put students at risk for receiving a parking ticket. OU Parking Services says that the department enforces parking rules and regulations regardless of the weather. The National Weather Service also warns against driving during severe weather, and if you are caught in your car, do not park underneath highway overpasses. And emergency crews say it is a dangerous spot and it will also contribute to traffic backup. And last night didn't go too well for the Sooner baseball team in Tulsa, Baylee.
ORU got the best of OU for the second time this season. Chloe, what happened?
Thanks, Baylee. After a hot start, the baseball team has began to cool off. As round 1 of the NBA playoffs continue, Game 2 between the Thunder and the Trailblazers was, well, take a look. We'll be back to analyze this OKC slip-up next in sports. Welcome back. OU baseball took the diamond in Tulsa, facing Oral Roberts last night, looking for revenge. The Golden Eagles beat the Sooners 2 weeks ago in Norman. Not a great trip. OU fell this time 3-2. ORU put up numbers early, scoring single runs in the first, third, and fourth innings. OU cut the deficit in the 5th inning by picking up 2 runs of their own. Even a bases-loaded rally in the 9th couldn't save them this time. Better luck this weekend when the Sooners travel to Minnesota. The Oklahoma Sooners 2019 recruiting class is the highest rated class Coach Lon Kruger has had at OU. They are number 16 in the country according to 247 Sports, and the team is only getting better. Anyang Garang, an Australian 6'9" wing, signed with the Sooners. The recruit is known for his NBA-like body, which has caught the attention of the NBA, and scouts say hard work could get him there. And check this out. Last night, as Colin McHugh took the mound, one pitch sent a line drive straight for the relief pitcher's face. Totally avoiding the ball with just a hair of space from his body, he must have been in gymnastics with a back bend like that. Now to you, Christian.
Thanks, Chloe. When we last spoke, the Thunder were vying for a spot not to face the Warriors in the first round. They got their wish. However, now they are down 2-0 to the Portland Trailblazers. Last night in Portland, OKC suffered their worst loss of the season to the Blazers. After a porous shooting night in Game 1, the fatigue seemingly carried over, and the Thunder got embarrassed on the away court. CJ McCollum dropped 33, and Dame poured in 29 of his own en route to a 20-point loss for OKC. Some silver lining in the shell-shacking OKC took remains. Paul George has been as steady as you can ask of him. Shooting 11 of 20 with 27 points is what they will need from more than just Paul George. And Chloe, going through the Thunder.
And check this out. Last night, as Colin McHugh took the mound, one pitch sent a line drive straight for his face. Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, just straight over his body, barely missed it.
Oh, wow.
He lucked out on that one, right?
Yeah, dodged a bullet for sure.
All right. Thank you, Chloe. And coming up, we're going to have more breaking news on the weather and radar in western Oklahoma to show you the tornado warning.
Stay with us.
Welcome back. We wanted to get another check-in with Leah Hill on the severe weather situation.
Yeah, Leah, what's going on out there?
So tornado warning has actually just been issued for Ellis County, and the tornado has actually been confirmed on the ground by storm spotters. So it is going to make its way into Gage in about 7 minutes. It's very slow moving, but it is going to be there in about 7 minutes, make its way into Fargo in about 20 minutes. Again, a tornado has been spotted. There has been reports of debris. So there is currently a tornado on the ground. If you are in Ellis County, anywhere in Gage, Fargo, Shattuck, Oklahoma, you need to get into your safe shelter right now. So either into your room, a bathroom, like now's the time. You know, there's no time to wait. You have to get into your safe shelter right now because a tornado has been confirmed on the ground by storm spotters.
Quickly, is there any threat for Norman tonight for tornadoes?
For tornadoes in Norman, I would say no. We're still watching the potential for hail in Norman and even up to a baseball-size hail. The threat for tornadoes is mainly confined to the northern counties and also down towards the southeast, but we'll continue to keep you updated on that. through social media.
Thank you, Leah. Thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.